Hello everyone, Jet here, and welcome back to my Bloody Handz Orc campaign, where we are just about to finish off the last Dwarven settlement in the north, actually, although we are at an end turn at the moment, and then we are going to work out exactly where we're expanding into next, if we're going to finish off the Dwarfs down here, or if we're going to start a war with the other Dwarf factions. So it's a bit of a tricky one to decide exactly where we're going. Sorry, we lost a bit of game sound for a second there. I tabbed out by accident. Obviously we've got all the dwarfs down here in Araby, in the desert of Araby. Words do work occasionally for me. We've got other dwarfs, but this faction is known as the Dwarfs, even though technically they do have a different name in lore. Obviously we've got the other big dwarf faction in Karak here, who, if I capture these guys, I'll kind of be a bit overly split. So what I might do is, once I've cleared out all of these three, I'm probably going to sue for peace with this little dwarf faction, and then we're going to try and force some of the other guys to go to war with me. Ooh. No. I'm happy for the dwarfs to actually crush them. The dwarf factions to crush them, because they will be clearing out all the vampiric corruption for me. So actually them clearing them out is not necessarily a bad thing for me. In fact, it could be very beneficial. No, I said the main thing I need to do is I need to clear out the dwarves up here in the mountains to stop the dwarves having any reason to come up here. This is a tricky one. It's 3 turns, so I'm going to take it for the extra growth. I might regret this, but the extra growth will be useful. The negative growth would be very bad. Nice, easy auto. Let's sack there. Now,
let's take what should be ours.
Let's just do nothing. We'll sack it next turn. I don't actually want to keep here, guys, simply because we'll get lots of vampiric corruption. The vampiric corruption is going down at the moment, but I don't think there's anything useful there for me. I'll tell you what, it's an extra place. I'll cap it. If I get a rebellion and I don't keep it, I get a rebellion and I don't keep it. There are worse things which could happen. Actually, no, we'll leave that there for the moment, just to grow it. Okay, so here we are sorting ourselves a bit. Now, I do want to get, long run, a few monstrous units into here. Now, we can get trolls. Oh, wow, trolls leadership is terrible. I do want to get a couple of them. And I want one of them. Even these guys' leadership is terrible. Wow. We'll have to have a play and work out exactly what we get. Because some of these monstrous units will be very beneficial. So these guys actually all have much more leadership than these. However, the thing with these guys is, you can see they've got huge weapon strength. They don't actually have that much HP. Regeneration, which means they heal themselves. Melee defense is 34. I'm unimpressed by these trolls. Let's just have a look. What tier building is it gets me trolls? I can get giants. Now they will be better longer run, so I probably want to save up and get giants rather than trolls. And these spiders are brilliant. I'm unimpressed by those trolls. Some of the other factions' trolls are actually far, far better. Anyway. Let's just do a little bit of maintenance. We're just buffing ourselves up at the moment. Does this just affect things locally? It doesn't say locally, so I'm assuming that is faction-wide. But is there anything else which is worth me getting? Night Goblin and Squig Hoppers would be nice, so I'm going to be getting them over here as well. At some point, I do still have quite a bit to go over here. Getting this place ready. So we might pop that in for now. But this does help increase Untainted. I'm not that fussed about recruitment costs. We'll get that so we can get them for our Gobbo army.
Supreme ruler of 8 leagues. Going. Skarsnik, warlord of 8 peaks.
Right. These guys are going to get a couple of... Oh, I'll start recruiting one Doom Diver now. In fact, let's drop this off. These guys are going to get a couple of Doom Divers to replace their current catapults. Now, I do want some Gobbo Squig Riders in here as well, once I get them. 3, 4, 5, so we're going to get another set of Fanatics. I might replace these guys, because actually... No, they do the same damage. They just have more upkeep, and they do have that ability, so if they get stuck in melee, I can always throw that out to just help clear them. What I do want for these guys, however, is... I want a big boss, and I do want a shaman. That's good, he gets... Oh, that's very good. However, we're going to take the guy with Frenzy. And where can I recruit my shaman? I think that's over here. Oh, I can't afford to. And it has to be a goblin shaman for that army. I think we're almost done on spells. I can get Earthing. I've not had any problems with miscasts yet, so I might throw that out later on. Right, so we're buffing up our Savage Orcs. So let's get a last buff for Savage Orcs here. So that, with that, and that, is going to really buff up. I probably want to buff up the charge a bit as well. But you know, this guy, so the Savage Orcs in this army are actually much more powerful from all of these things, which is good. They still suffer with their... I don't know if I see that on this, but even with that, their armor piercing is still not great, but their overall damage is very good. And look at that charge bonus they get at the moment. That is huge. Okay, and we are at another end turn. Oh, now I probably want to get Savage Orc Archers in there as well, because I do have Savage Orc Archers rather than those Gobbo Archers. Because his army should be completely Savage Orcs, as much Savage Orc as I can get because of all those bonuses to Savage Orcs. It's extra weapon damage, extra damage to my Savage Orc unit is obviously always going to be very beneficial. And the fact I've got 40 points to spend really does mean I've got a lot of extra points to use on him to really buff him up as well. The thing to remember is the other lords also get those 40 points, so 1 or 2 of the lords do become truly spectacular. Let me guess, still not... Tell you what, I will take a defensive alliance because it might give me a chance to go to war with the other dwarf faction, this little one here, without bringing it with Barak Var, without bringing everyone into it. Right, so it's now time for it's now time to start coming back. Oh no, somebody on the other side of the world has declared war on me. I really couldn't care less. So it's now time for Wurrzag, that's his name, to start getting back as quickly as he can. Okay. I don't really care about Vanguard deployment. That'll be useful. The extra weapon strength when I can get that. So we're going to keep buffing up his damage, and then we'll start going into his more defensive ones, just to give him a bit more HP. In fact, he does suffer from rubbish HP. However, he's also very hard to hit. Let's buff up Wurrzag's walls. Right. There's nothing else I want here just yet.
Skarsnik, Warlord of 8 Peaks.
Okay, so Skarsnik has leveled up again. We have been buffing up his gobbos for the time being. I will obviously go down his melee tree as well, long run, because he is still very good. But yeah, so he's still very good, and buffing up all of these things will help, though mostly, buffing up all the gobbos will really help, especially making the gobbos good, especially as I can buff up the squig units as well. As with all of them, buffing them up helps, but I have 3 quite specialist lords here. Well, 2 very specialist. Grimgor isn't quite so specialist. So obviously Skarsnik wants to have a gobbo army, wants to have a night goblin army, and Wurrzag wants to have a savage orc based army, though you can obviously put a few other bits and pieces in there. The cores of their armies want to be those things, and obviously Skarsnik's army, as you've seen, is a little bit of a funny one as well. So we get to have a bit of fun with that. Obviously Grimgor, Black Orcs are the core of his army, and long run I probably want to really push that core up, so I've got multiple Black Orcs and monstrous units. And I'm going to be honest, his army will probably be my most powerful army long run. I do want to get a shaman in there. I don't think I've got a shaman in there. I'll get an orc shaman to his army and a gobbo shaman into Skarsnik's. I'll take a non-aggression pact. I'll take your money for a non-aggression pact, which I'm probably never going to have to worry about. At the moment, it's about getting everybody back into position, guys. Now we finished off the dwarves in the north. Now, we are going to start moving out now, because I want to jump up here. Oh, let's just keep an eye on here. So I'm going to try and jump up here and get back before the revolution. We'll see how that goes. Right, you can jump into here. This is the other issue I'm going to have, guys, is I've got some public order issues in the places I've taken recently. So I do need to spend a little bit of time helping to bring them back into line. Right, here is somewhere else I'm going to actually get another set of military buildings built up, because I can build quite a lot here. So I'm probably going to move. I'm going to move this one over to somewhere else, because obviously I can build better buildings in my capital, and some of the other buildings here might be dropped off. Though for now, I want to keep pushing the population surplus up. So we will drop a couple of these. We can always drop them later on. And as soon as we're stable, guys, we will start pressuring the other dwarf factions, I think. And let's be honest, I'm not expecting these 2 dwarf enclaves to survive long. And right now, my biggest thing is I think a lot of people are very scared of me. Oh! They're attacking my war. Oh, they declared war on my war. Okay, that's weird. Is this my random war which wandered off because I lost my fightiness? Ha. I don't know what they do, because it did seem to wander off and go raiding in places at one point, which confused me. So have I inadvertently had a little group go to war somewhere? What's this over here? So Vampire Coast has expanded as well. But vampires do seem to have suddenly become very powerful and seem to be able to expand much quicker than they used to be able to. Okay, I think that Nagarond is getting scary. Though they could be confederating actually because they're suffering.
Great and powerful war boss.
Right. You know what, I'm going to knock this over. I'm going to put another thing there because I want to get this place so I can leave it. I don't want to have to leave an army there.
Lots of plans.
These guys are doing nicely. Let's get you some squig hoppers. Because I can.
Let's go. Bring it. Let's go. I am the High
They still won't accept a peace treaty. They are a little bit insane, actually. It's Karak which are worrying me. These guys are growing fast.
Make your proposal. My Longbeards grumble, so make it.
Okay. So smash that dwarf settlement. We'll smash this one on the way back down as well. In fact, we'll start moving over with Wurrzag, so he's in a better position to go for Oakenhammer. Once we've dealt with Oakenhammer, we will then pull back into our own territory, and then we'll start raiding in Barak Var to try and encourage a war with them. Otherwise, we'll just raid them and steal their money for turn after turn after turn. Because, you know, if they don't want to go to war with me, I'm more than happy to funnel their money off them to help build a third, you know, to build up another army or two. And once we've dealt with them, assuming Karak don't come into the war with us, we'll do the same in Karak territory again to try and encourage them to go to war with us, because it's always better forcing them to go to war with us if I can, which I can do through raiding, because it means that their allies are less likely to join. Their allies will probably join, but defensive alliance won't. So there you go, my war is raiding here, which isn't actually good for the region.
I has mighty mystic powers.
Which way do I get further? Pretty much no difference.
Fire spills.
So yeah, the raiding is not helping. Right, here can start. I know they are extorting. Here is growth and obedience. They can start extorting as well to get myself a bit more monies. Alright, let's deal with what we're doing up here. Oh, so this might actually be a fight. You know what? I disagree. I'm going to fight this. I don't want to take time to build up siege equipment because I'll get a rebellion if I take too long here. So we're going to go in. We're going to knock the wall. We're going to knock holes through their settlement. We're going to kill them all. Then we're going to sack it and burn. So then we're going to sack it. Then we're going to come back and we're going to burn it. Burn it to the ground, and then we're just going to leave it. So that is my plan. We will sack it for cash, assuming we'll get a reasonable amount of cash. If we don't get a reasonable amount of cash, I'm just going to burn it to the ground. And then the turn after, we'll burn it to the ground and we'll jump back to our... And then we'll head back to our own territory to put down any rebellions which occur. So Grimgor is going to have a little bit of fun here, dealing with the dwarfs. No subtlety, just pure wah. I don't think this battle is going to be as hard as they made out. It's because they've got walls. These longbeards could be tricky, but I'm not that worried by them. You know, my Black Orc should be able to make reasonable work of them. Get these up against the walls quickly.
Savage orcs. Lies. What you want?
Let's just do a little bit of rejig actually.
Lies. Look what ya.
We better just do it now. And then we're all just going to go straight up the walls.
Look what ya. This is it.
And now the rest can go. I did that simply because I wanted my Black Orcs in the centre.
Moving fast.
Okay. Let's shoot at those thunderers. Oh wow, they're getting hammered. Let's pull those forest goblin spiders back. I don't think I have to worry about it, they're running away. But they kept the fire off everything else.
Savage orcs.
Oh, that was a good hit on them. Artie seems to have got a little... I don't know why, I've never really liked Artie before, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it far more now. Oh, did you see that dwarf go? Let's watch this one. Next one come in. Where's it coming? Oh, not quite as impressive. Up we come. And my archers hitting up here is helping too. This gate is going down. We are getting onto the walls now. You guys can start pushing up as you get up. As can all of you guys. Okay, and we're now getting onto the wall nicely. We're on the wall quite successfully here, so we can just keep pushing into the side of these thunderers. These thunderers aren't going to hold for long against my Black Orcs. You can see they are getting, even with their armour, they're getting hammered here. These guys are pushing into the side. There'll be a little bit more of a fight here with these Longbeards, especially against the lighter Orcs I've got here. But they're having to deal with Black Orcs pushing in here. Who are, I mean, they're very tired because of going up the wall, but that's not going to cause too much of a problem. Just keep hitting here, we'll get out straight to their lord as soon as that breaks. Buff up everybody close to me. Oh, there's only myself, sorry. Let's charge through. We're doing nicely up here. We're really pressuring them from every angle. We're routing some of them. We're all over this lord now. Give me a bit more speed. Let's get everybody else out of the way, actually. I want Grimgor on this guy to start with. We can bring the others in afterwards. Let's buff him up again so he's got extra melee attack and extra armor piercing. And you can see there, this little dwarf is getting shredded! Sod it, let's just leave this as a one-on-one. This unit of Black Orcs is suffering a little, they're kind of trapped against the wall here, and my other guys are having a little bit of a problem pushing through to them. So let's give these guys some support by hitting these Longbeards, and let's send my arty after these Longbeards too. Grimgor is... yeah, he's getting there, guys. He's just solo almost completely destroyed this guy who is now running for his life. And he's gonna buff my speed. Let's get another hit off. Oh, he's going down. He's completely routed now. He's not going to survive. He's dead. Let's charge these guys, and that's it. We have the mass rout. So nice, easy victory. I don't know why it gave me those odds, because that was easily a decisive victory there. There was, I mean, I don't think I ever really had much doubt I was going to win that. I mean, some of these guys still had quite a few people left at the end, but when I smashed their lord with Grimgor, all the fight went out of them, so they just ran. So Grimgor only got one kill, but it was the kill which counted. That Black Orc unit, which was stuck against the wall, did very nicely there with 76 kills as well, and leveled up. These guys are getting quite veteran as well, which is very beneficial for me. So the other reason why I might want to get a big boss into this army is I believe they can do training, get the training ability, which means they help level the guys in my army up as well. Okay, we're going to sack that. And I'll tell you what, once again, there's no point in me not taking it. It's not the end of the world if it gets knocked over in a turn 2 by a rebellion. Okay, I do still have some extra damage ones, but some of the stuff here is very good. This is good. That's only for big uns, and that's not even for thingies, but that's for Savage Orc big uns and Normal Orc big uns. That's good. So we'll take that one to buff up my Black Orcs a bit more. Then we'll make him start causing fear as well. Though actually the extra hit points might well be worth doing too. Yeah, I'm going to lose there in a turn or two, so I'm actually not going to bother building much here. In fact, I'm going to demolish some buildings. You've already moved this turn. Okay, guys, I'm going to be ending this one here. So, sorry there's not been much. Next turn we'll be hitting here. We'll be trying to stabilise this region as well, and these regions. And then we're going to start our raiding over here. We've got a little bit to do first, but we are definitely getting there now, guys. So, where was I going to build that other thing? Anyway, guys, so that's it for now. I'll have a look around what I'm building and where in the next session. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it.